Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome all of you newbies that are here. Happy to have you. I'm Brigitte, and I'm the administrator for the group. I am also a human design reader, educator, group leader, mentor, all that jazz around human design. This group is all about using the information we have learned about our human design and practicing it in our daily lives and our relationships out there in the world. I am here today specifically because I wanted to share with the group that we're having a great influx of manifestors in the last few weeks. And that's exciting. I'm excited to have them here. So I have been speaking to the Human Design and Mastery group all about manifestors and their relationships to their adult friends and their relationship to their children. And also when the types that are not manifestors, when they are parents to a manifestor, what does that look like in the world? So we had a fulsome discussion about that yesterday in Human Design Mastery Coaching Call. It was amazing. It was so much fun and we learned a lot, but there was one piece that I don't think we touched on, and I was going to just leave this recording for them. But I thought, I'll share because coincidentally, someone asked to join the group today and their question was around this same topic. So the question was, I am new to human design. I'm just learning all about myself. A lot of it is super confusing, especially the piece about repelling energy. What does that mean? Wow. Can you imagine if someone told you that you're so repelling, right? That is the face, that is the action, that's what goes with the word repelling. So it makes sense that somebody who's new to human design would ask that question. Rather than go off on a spiel about manifestors, I want to encourage any new manifestors in the group to learn as much as they can about themselves, get accurate information about what their role is. There are 5 human design types that work together to get stuff done. And manifestors play a huge role in that, but they do it in a special way. And they need to know what that way is. And that's where the word repelling was used by our founder and the transmitter of human design. He used that to describe the energy manifestors need to have so that they can fulfill their role. It's not personal, but it's literally energy that they're born with. And it just gives information to others and gives information to themselves about whether they're in alignment with their purpose and their role and they're doing it correctly. Again, rather than me try and put my own words to it, please let me read to you what Ra Uruhu and his partner, their understanding of it. And I'm actually going to be reading from this book, Human Design Definitive, The Science of Differentiation, the definitive book of human design. And manifestor strategy, there's a particular way that they need to walk through the world and deal with other people. There's a way that they need to develop their communication, and those that they communicate with need to understand and support them and also reciprocate, right? So manifestor strategy is to inform. So here's me reading. Manifestors have a long-standing reputation of posing a threat to order and stability. Their independence and closed, repelling aura, which literally pushes their energy outward, is often experienced and misinterpreted by others as the manifestors need to take control or be in charge of a situation. People often feel ignored or run over by out-of-control manifestors and tend therefore to fear them. Conversely, manifestors grow up conditioned by the fear of being controlled, and they rebel by doing the opposite of what is healthy for them. The manifestor's repelling aura causes other auras, the 4 other types in human design, to contract, putting people in a defensive or protective mode. So the aura of a manifestor can cause the other human design types to contract, almost like in fear, and it puts people in a defensive or protective mode, which is to say that most interpersonal confusion or misunderstanding between types is set up energetically, far below one's level of consciousness before verbal communication is even initiated. So how does a manifestor get to be themselves and have wonderful relationships with people? And the best way to do that is to use their strategy, which is all about informing. So if you're new to human design, the guidance I would love to give you is, if you're a self-study person, get some simple human design books. I have a list on my website, brigittenight.com, that refers you to books that I love that are easy to learn from. This is one of them that's also on the list. And secondly, if you can find somebody who is a manifester and can help you understand, it might be a quicker way to learn your design. It's not just to read it, but to get a feel from it from somebody who's already living it or living it for a few years. I want to underline that as well. And then secondly, make sure that you start learning about the other types as well, because they're the ones you're going to be dealing with out there. And if you haven't learned this already, there's about 8 to 9% of the population that is a manifester. So there's not that many of you. So not everybody's used to working with a manifesting generator and helping them bring out their abilities and their talents, right? They're not used to it. So to help them help you, it'll be good for you to also learn how they operate and to recognize that you do have a very strong, influential aura, and you are motivated to do big things. You feel an urge to do that. You have a desire to do that. And when you do that, it's important to let people know what you're up to. That way they don't feel repelled and they don't feel fearful and they don't react defensively to you, right? Get to know yourself really well and get to know the other types and see if you can do them at the same time so that your journey through human design is nice and cozy, but also alive. That's why we call this human design in action. We want to know how it looks in the real world. I'm just dropping this here for everyone. And if you have any comments on your experience with manifestors, if you have anything to expand on and share with us about what repel means to you as a manifestor, what it was like learning that about yourself, or how do you feel about it now? Do you kind of own it and you're like, okay, that's what's happening, and Slavic. I know it does. I just like butchering language. Say lovey. Anyway, on that note, I'm out of here. So everybody have a really safe holiday season, and I will catch you on the new year. And if you have any questions about human design mastery, please DM me. Happy to share. And in the coming weeks, in the early part of the new year, I'm going to be speaking a lot more about it. That's coming together in a way that I love, and we're having so much fun. I just want to say, all right, toodles, everyone. Bye.